Hello and welcome to another MMS 2016 sponsor interview. And today we have Platinum sponsor Flexera here. And to tell us about Flexera and what they're doing at MMS, we have Mr. Mike O'Connor. Hey Mike, real quick, why don't you just give us a quick introduction about who you are, what you do over there at Flexera, and then why don't you move into telling us about Flexera itself?
Sure. Well, I'm Mike O'Connor. I'm a senior solutions engineer with Flexera, so I help with pre-sales and other areas with our different solutions. I concentrate on our application readiness solutions, so getting applications ready for delivery within the enterprise, as well as some of our software vulnerability management. And I've been with Flexera for going on 12 years.
Okay. Cool. So I know Flexera, you guys were always a big supporter of MMS, I believe the original and the new MMS. You were a sponsor last year. So for those who don't know Flexera, can you just give us a very brief introduction about what Flexera does?
Sure. Well, we've been working with both the independent software vendors, the producers of software, as well as enterprises for actually over 20 years. Probably most of you familiar with InstallShield.
Yes.
That's a solution. Yep. That's been around for almost 30 years now. And over 80,000 different software vendors use that solution. We're on 500 million desktops worldwide. So we're taking that unique knowledge about the publishing side, and we help with licensing too, and we bring that over to the enterprise side because we help both parties. So because we know how our software vendors do things, we can help our enterprises get those applications ready for their deployment within their organization.
Okay, great. So obviously Flexera knows a lot in the desktop world. So are we going to see some of that knowledge in some of the sponsor presentation that we're going to see at MMS this year? I know Flexera, I think I have it on the list here, has a session coming up this year. Can you tell us what we can expect from that session?
Sure. Actually, we've got two of them. That's that popular. I'm co-hosting. One will be on Tuesday at 10 a.m. The other one's at Wednesday at 9 a.m.
Okay.
And I'll be co-presenting with, on Tuesday, it'll be Kent Argerlin. So you guys are familiar with the Microsoft MVP there. And then we've got Nash Pearson helping me on Wednesday. And we'll be talking about, it's titled Self-Service and Security Patching, Intelligent Solutions for Getting More Out of SCCM. What we'll really be covering is three of Flexera solutions: Admin Studio, App Portal, and Corporate Software Inspector, kind of covering the whole life cycle, getting an application prepared and ready for deployment, make it easy to end users to self-serve and request those apps and manage that process. And then once it's on there, how do we make sure that we patch and maintain those applications and avoid vulnerabilities?
So if someone who was, at MMS and they were looking at these products, or they wanted to know more, or they kind of need a solution to fit that bill, they could go to that session and check out and see some actual demos of the product?
Absolutely, yeah. I'll be doing Admin Studio, so get an overview of preparing apps and getting it into App Portal. So I'll be handling both of those, and then Ken and Nash will be talking about the Corporate Software Inspector solution, how to patch those applications, all through using Configuration Manager in the back end.
Okay, that's very cool. So a little bit of the down in the dirt packaging of applications, and a little bit more of the higher management level. That's pretty cool. I like that. So. We've kind of talked about a little bit about who Flexera is. Of course, you guys have a lot of things going on, and we're going to see some of that in your sessions. I'd like to kind of get to the point of, I know you guys are a platinum sponsor. You're going to have a booth this year. What can we expect to see at the booth? Are you guys going to have people there to talk about products, talk about the industry in general? Kind of give us a feel for what people can expect from Flexera being a presence at MMS.
Sure. So I'll be there, as well as some of our other engineers, and we have some product management that'll be there, as well as some of our account managers. So happy to talk about the whole enterprise life cycle of everything, not only the preparing of apps and getting it ready for deployment and patching. We help with licensing of applications, all centered with Configuration Manager kind of as the hub there. So been working with Microsoft for over 20 years, a strong partner of them. And really what we do is we bring added value on top of what they can do with Config Manager. So you can do a lot today with it, but with our different solutions, we'll be able to even expand that and help you even more managing all your applications that you've got in your environment. So I'm going to talk about, if you have any questions about any and all of what we do and those solutions, I'm happy to help you.
All right, that's very good. And that's one of the things that just a little self-promotion for MMS here is you always find is even at the sponsor booths, you always have the engineers, the people like Mike here to talk to you about the products, or even if you just kind of like, oh, we're running into this issue, they'll always be able to guide you, for the product itself, and then either just general tips, and they have things like these great sessions like that. So Mike, I think we kind of covered the basics here. We're kind of keeping it pretty short and sweet. So unless you have really anything you'd want to add, anything that attendees should know, I think we can button this one up.
No, we're just happy to be at MMS. We're a proud sponsor of the solution and of the event, and talking with Microsoft. And we did. If you are familiar with the Secunia company, we acquired them last year. So we're happy to continue on and talk to you guys all about what we can do to help you with System Center.
Yeah, that's a very good point. I think we had a Flexera and Secunia as separate sponsors last year, and now they're combined into one. So if you're familiar with the Secunia product and that group of folks, Flexera is your go-to point for everything now. So keep that in mind. And MMS, we're very happy to have Flexera on board as a platinum sponsor. Again, the conference would not be possible at all without sponsors. So make sure everyone, if you're at MMS, please take the time. Thanks, Flexera. Check out some of their products. They have some really cool stuff. Mike, I want to thank you for joining us today, and we'll see you at MMS.
All right, thanks. And we have a session, I think it's Wednesday evening, so welcome to join that too.
Ooh,
thank you.
Okay. All right, check it out. Of course, you can find all those sessions on sketch.org right at the top of the MMSMOA.com website. Okay. Thanks a lot, Mike.
Thank you.